RMT for sure they were worried about. Yeah, I think everything, even the way they talk about, like from a marketing standpoint, I have a lot of respect for how Andrew's trying to like use use passive activities to kind of combat botting. Like economically, I think what he's saying makes sense, but it also has like a cost, right? Because if passive activities get you a lot of things, you have to make them expensive to burn money. Like stacking up gold in this game is actually really difficult. It's almost challenging. So yeah, I'm not even sure. I'm for tradable rares too. I honestly think it was one of the most appealing parts of RSN game. Having these big investment items, you could save up for years and you'd be loaded in the game forever. Right, and like the truth was, most people like myself, whoever wanted a Christmas cracker or like a blue party hat, we never even got it, right? And like, I'm perfectly okay never having got it because I never put in enough work to actually get it. Like I was more interested in the XP and like doing things in the game. But like, I think that was, I'm with you, Jesus Green, 100%. That's it's my hill to die on, I guess. But I think rare items in games like this are literally what make them enjoyable, especially for like the whole crowd of people who push into that side of the end game. Like there has to be some sort of rares, like things that are absurdly hard to get, so that like the top end of the economy can kind of push for. Because like I don't see leaderboards in this game holding up. I had the dream, I think, where you could see top 100 of each leaderboard. It's not a thing, is it? Damn. I was really hoping for top 100. I'm like trying to see if there's like an arrow down here or something. Has there been any discussion about extending the leaderboards? Because I think we should be able to see top 100 soon. If it was a dream, it was a good dream. Monkey says if they never add player trade, then they will not have a problem with bots or RMT. Yeah, but they're gonna add trade. That's coming pretty soon, I think. So leaderboard review. I think that was what we were going to do next. It's not a real Jimmy stream without some leaderboard review, right? Uh-oh. Look at all these new names. Strange things are afoot. What are we thinking, guys? Do we do it? Do we go in and look at each of them? Man. Dude, how the hell? Miles. Oh my lord. You guys see this? Dude, what is this guy's account? Dude, Miles has 59 Minefighter, 34 Scout, 123 Guard. He's got 430 Merchant, 272 Detective, 256 Watch, 222 Leather, and he's at 2887. What a crazy account. Seriously, what a crazy account. Is Miles the craziest account? What's like Roscat at? I'm trying to think of the hidden ones. Obviously like Pesticio, Yips, Unbe Meadow, and what is it, Irksome? All crazy, but oh man, jeez. Those are some numbers for sure. What I love about Roscat's account is how many easy skills he still has as well. Yeah, look at that, 40 Merchant. Freaking amazing. Definitely has some room to grow there. Alright. We'll do some quick leaderboard review. What's up, Leah? I saw your name on the... you just hit 500 or you're very close, aren't you? 491. Are you getting it today, tomorrow? That's pretty dang soon, though. Hope you're doing well, yeah. Good to see you back. No one knows. I mean, 9 levels does not seem like a ton. It's pretty exciting for sure. Alright, we've got... Let's see here. So we'll start with Guard. It is December 31st, 9:36 p.m. Eastern Time. We are going to review the leaderboards. We generally just look at rank 1 through rank 20, and we analyze trends, races, anything that is kind of still up for grabs from like a competitive standpoint. Saving the big fireworks for 12 midnight. I love to hear it, Bones Dog. That's the smart way to do it. The truth is no one can stop RMT. I mean, that's probably true. That's probably true. So leaderboards, we'll go through like 1 through 20th. We'll do each episode one at a time. We start with each skill. At the end of each episode's skill list, we'll look at the total race for that episode. So starting off with guard, as always. We are now at the point where we have 11 opted in 500s. I see a lot of names of active players. I'm happy to see Johnny Snipers push back into the top 20 here. I know a dude was like really high up, and I think he kind of fell down, and now he's like pushing again, so it looks like Johnny's gonna make it. We have Scab is currently closest at 489. But yeah, Plenum, friend of the stream. Keenan's here. Zanzis at 390 is showing rank 20. I'm very curious, yeah, Wise Old Man, Jody, like how some of these people are doing. I know that these are some tight races going on. Let's do a double medal here. But yeah, it's looking like my brain says that we know there's people probably opted. We know of at least Killshot. I don't know if other people are opted or banned, but we assume that at least 3 or 4 people are opted legitimately. There were a lot in like this 5th to 7th range that kind of never showed back up. Not really sure about those. Interesting. With Chef, we see that Rules did reach 500. Aranel is getting pretty close. Lax is not far behind Aranel. I didn't expect that. Fruit Bat, not too far behind Lax. I think it's actually IAX, but anyway, Blurp the Nerp, 373, Frozen Titan, Junior Jester at 407, 405. Pretty tight in there, actually, the 407, 405, and then some fall off here. Around 13th, it's pretty much anyone's game, though. Interesting. Curious how that's going to unfold. Rank 20 on Chef is now at 304, which is anyone's game. Fisher, no new 500s opted in. We know Flippin got this maybe 2 weeks ago now. Timmy's Coffee has been very actively fishing. I've seen Timmy's a lot, even as I've just been, you know, running through the map. He's usually been out there doing Neil Puff for quite a bit. Maybe tomorrow, right behind Timmy's. That's definitely a race. Yeah, I think this is Sensei is what I was told to say this as. Valerie, bless you, Joey. I mean, guys, it looks like the fishing race, like after like rank like 16, I don't know if these people are really pushing. Like I think Bree's actually been falling off. So very, very interesting how this one is playing out. I'm curious like when rank 20 Fisher is gonna get hit, because it seems like a doable profession, but it's one of those that we're not quite sure on. After Fisher, we're gonna check Forager. So Forager does have a few new ones. The last time we did a leaderboard review, I think ZF was just about at 500, with Amanda not too far behind. But we also see Azriel and Crick, both have hit 500. Grats to them. We know that there were other names that are included on this list that are no longer here. Notably, someone named Rush, someone named Yes Number 7. We really don't know what happened to these people. Kind of unclear if they were banned or not. Is there a rank 20 that's under 200? There's not. I can confirm there are no rank 20s under 200 anymore. I think we lost the last one with Carpenter or Bone Right, I think. You've seen Rush online in Hopeport. There you go. In Hope Forest. Interesting. Yeah, so we can assume that there's probably 3 to 5 opters in foraging. But in terms of like racing speed, it's really a race for like these last few slots. And that's why like if I want to really try and push for like a top 20 spot, we need to really get moving. Because I think it's going to be challenging to get to that point in general. How's it going, Spexa? Welcome, welcome. But yeah, the people that I've been seeing the most, like Goltax, Shores, Central, Small, Obviously Leah and Mong Mong are both pushing. So I see Leah, or sorry, Mong Mong, you opted in. I see. This is good. That gives us good perspective. So like, the list of people, I mean, there used to be other people we were basing on. There was a Lexi player, Lex Dizlik or something, that was in the. They used to be like rank 16 or so, but they kind of have lost that rank. Like Van Deen has pushed up very hard. I want to shout out Van Deen for his push. Van Deen had just been leaving. I think he left Pond the day before I got here. So getting to Pond is at 246, and the first levels of the Pond go pretty quick, about to 265. So I actually didn't use any of my KP from foraging in foraging until 265. That's part of the reason that I kind of took a little longer, is because I chose to not KP all of those levels, which was quite a bit of KP actually. Like, it's not super fast, but it definitely added up pretty quick. So my alchemy level is my main problem right now. Is I didn't really expect to get hit by like the work stuff, so my hours have been a little bit unbalanced, and my alchemy is higher than I was expecting. So I haven't really made the potions that I think I could. Killer Boy, it sounds like we're getting an update on Thursday. It's been confirmed by Samuel. It's like 99% gonna have action queuing in it, so look forward to that. I'm hoping it also has true ranks, but that's a fingers crossed type of situation. We'll have to wait and see. But yeah, I'm obviously the most interested in the foraging leaderboard. Like, ITI has been pushing pretty hard. Jesse, Yer, and Zardelt, I don't think these three are actually foraging. Like, the progress those three have been making is very small. But like, I assume all three of those are opted right now. God is, or not opted, but they're just not really pushing. Basically, those three, if you took them off, there's at least 3 opters above that are present, right? We don't know about Chaotic. There's a few people that we assume that are out there that we just haven't heard from. So if we look at that grouping of people, by the way, if anybody has seen Chaotic, let me know. We're definitely curious about all the people who are opted, and if you have confirmation, like even Bones saying he's seen Rush and Hope Forest, like that's good to know. Because some people may have been really pushing hard and they just are doing different things, and more power on them to do that. Black outfit, red Santa hat. So there's like a potential sighting. It's already very mysterious. I like it. But yeah, that would basically put the number of opters at least 3 or 4, which would mean that like basically there might be like 1 spot after Van Deen, but I mean, as we know, like this is a pretty tight race already. I was gonna go ahead and TP out real quick. I need to swap potions. Seen something like that, but his total level was too low. Yeah, Chaotic would have pretty high total, I would think. Yo, there's Junior Jester. You're rank 5 chef, right? Or 7, 8? 8. 8's close enough. Pretty cool though. Single digit rank's always OP. Why do I keep some items and not others? It's actually a pretty simple answer to that one. Blood nettles are used in the 10% XP potion, and they're worth more in general than the pond net, or pond weed, whatever it's called. Yep, that's all there is to it. I'm gonna change leaderboards to be ranked by total XP. No, so the change to leaderboards that's coming is they're calling it true ranks. Guys, I might as well just run something down here. Like, there's no reason not to. We can just check back later. I just wanted to get this once we had a near full inventory. I'm actually gonna buy butter. We always need more for Thermidor anyway. Yeah, it makes sense to do foraging pretty quickly. 500 chef is very smart to do first. Have you considered trying to go straight for alchemy? Do you think you'd have enough? I guess you do forage and then you probably send alchemy, right? Seeing someone in game doesn't necessarily mean they aren't banned. That's wild. You're not even wrong. That's a crazy... Ooh, 3x gold bass. Look at that. 53k XP. Beautiful. We could grab the quartermaster. Was it sandwiches? I don't care. Might as well get it for later sometime. So we have 22 items to go. Let's go scrapyard, scrapyard. 13, 8. Yeah, go scrapyard. It's just not enough, unfortunately. 13, 16, 24. We need a full 24 to get the Rocky Road. I think we just go scrapyard, Rocky Road then. So a lot of lobster. Let's just go ahead and drop all. 13 and 3, right? 13 and 3. That's not gonna work. I hate that it doesn't let me withdraw 8. Think you can sneak into top 20? Probably not. Probably not. But I'll give it a shot. It's just IRL can only permit so much time. If I had like the same responsibilities as the first week of this game, I don't think I'd have a problem doing it. Yeah, it's just too close to call, and there's variables I don't know. If I knew the variables that I was working with, I might push harder or less hard, but the reality is I don't have those variables at all. There's just nothing I can do about it. I don't know what else to say. I think we need, I presume, just wine and creams. We'll go half and half. It impedes with our ranking. I mean, it probably impedes with most people's rankings. That's what I would guess. 6, 6, 6. So yeah, scrap, scrap. Should make it just fine. So we got 8 on the ground. We need a total of 13, which is 5 more of each. So button 1, button 1, and button 1. Haven't heard from Chaotic in a while. Yeah, we don't know. If that yes number 4 guy got banned, that'd be very good for us. But yeah, it would have to be like a specific group of people that are no longer on the leaderboard for us to have a chance. So I just assume most likely that we're not gonna make it. But I will be pushing pretty hard here. I definitely grabbed the wrong thing there. We're supposed to click 1, 1. 13 looks good. Where are the rest of... Oh, they're already in our inventory. Let's grab a potion. Ah, I'm stupid. I forgot to make the lobsters first. Yeah, ban them all. I mean, if they're cheating, ban them, yeah. They know of it, they deserve it. I don't know. If they're on the fence, it's whatever, but I trust the judgment from Fen Research. Yeah, we've got a lot of levels still to get. A lot of easy levels still. 7 to go? Wait, really, Mong Mong? Wait, are you guys racing? You and, we got interrupted, actually. Dang, you're like just ahead of Leah. That's crazy. Jimmy wishing bans on someone? WTF. Yeah, we're still doing leaderboards for sure. We just got distracted, okay? It's a one-time thing. Just, yeah, 1 minute. So, I think what we want to look at first, or next, I should say, is alchemy. So we never talked about alchemy. I got distracted by Forager. So Clayton seems to have a pretty big jump here. Reminiscence we saw at 403, they must have just opted out. So I don't know where Remy went. But the big note here, I think, is small. Kimati, did you rename back to Earn? Very interesting stuff here. We know... And Menace is on here as well. But there was rumors of someone named Potion. I wonder what happened to this person. The question is, how do these people fund? Because if they're not getting their own resources, then they have to buy them. I wonder if Small has a shot at getting rank 1 though. Be pretty interesting. But yeah, we're not super worried. I think Alchemy is probably the least competitive leaderboard in the game right now. We could have definitely got the 3 bass included here. We have 770 drop the bass. Those are tier 191 fish. Kind of happy that we have them because they will let us do basically Rocky Road grilled bass missions. But really any of the missions post 200 are going to be good. And we got bass specifically because they would be included all the way up to, I think, 217 once we unlock Veggie Stews. I believe is either the level we lose the bass or we lose the sandwich. I forget, one of them. But it gives us more missions to do. So 770 if we're just doing missions for a long time should be pretty juiced for us. After I get 500 foraging, I think what we're going to do is rush 227 on fishing. And then once we get fishing done, I think we're going to try and spend a good bit of time doing active chef and alchemy. Because we need to get chef to 217 very quickly. And we can do those missions and we can make those bounties and whatnot. But I need to be doing some active alchemy for quite a while. Because we're going to have a bunch of the materials to pop for like several of the ranges. Or we'll probably break into like at least like the top 12-ish on alchemy. I'm not really sure what the timing's going to look like. But again, like alchemy also has a bunch of people opted right now. But at some point, man, I was supposed to go to Little Lucy and then pop that, I think. Or Scrapyard? Scrapyard, here we go. I forgot completely what I was doing. Lobster, and then one at Rocky Road. Hopefully I don't like misclick it again and randomly lose a Rocky Road bounty. Lobster 1. These are nice though, look at the XP drop. 43,000. 43 more, 42. It's cool seeing, like, if you have an older mission that you had at an earlier level, I think it's worth less XP than if you level up and then grab another one. Interesting that my pondweed is still here from earlier. Yeah, I don't think of myself in the top 20 though, Sicko. Like, realistically, I've put so little into the skill. And I have very large stockpiles of some stuff. But it's not like enough that it really matters yet, because those stockpiles won't get me terribly far. The plan that we'd originally made is the right idea, but until we get to 277, I'm not expecting a lot of active pushing. Like, there's a pretty big curve here, and you can see like who's putting effort in, right? And it's pretty significant. 59,000, beautiful. So it is 233, so that gives me the confirmation that we got our extra 10% earlier. Now what we do here with our extra time is we can grab... Oh shit, the guy needs to attack that. He's not going to. Shit! Oh man, brutal. Bamboozled by the ghoul. We could disengage here. But I don't really care. Just gonna finish the fight. So leaderboards. I assume there's probably like 3 or 4 people that are opted. Maybe as high as 5. To me, I actually think there's more people who are opted. 19 silver is crazy. The XP drop on that monument piece is pretty nice though. These are tier 4, middling. 5,400. It's still not quite enough to be good. Guys, I can't deposit a piece of armor, can I? I kind of just realized this. But yeah, we're trying to get out of the swamp because we have a higher tier of bell plant, and then the big one. Oh, there he goes, water lily. The high tier water lily is insane, but we're not there yet. We just aren't there yet. So after alchemy, we'll look at Hopeport real quick. So small, rank 1, 1489, definitely has taken a bit of a lead here. MOBA's been catching up. ITI. Empo, Stinky, I think there's a couple other people in here, right? That we just not really seen a lot of their names pop up. But I think there's, I think, I want to say there's like 3 or 4 names that are actually in the top 10 that we're not seeing on this list. I'm just like worried of like a bunch of people that are probably hidden. Like if Chaotic's still out there, he could easily be up there with Small, if not ahead of Small. But then you have like, I don't know, even like Shore Central dude's been grinding hard on foraging, pretty impressive. Eat Sleep Grind. This guy's, I mean, a lot of these are foragers. Mega, Eat Sleep, and Irksome. Like all these overall gamers here is like not a surprise, but that just shows you like some of the depth, I guess, of like the episode leaderboard races. They're definitely a bit on the smaller side for the most part. So Act 2. But needless to say, as a conclusion here, like if you guys are wanting to get onto an episode high score, or any high score for that matter, like it's really not a bad route to go, because like these are very available. Like someone who literally is starting the game today has a good shot of like racing for an episode, just because there's so few people who have like really the idea of like racing for 2,500 or 2,000. Like Chronopolis, maybe not so much, but like Hopeport to me, as far as I'm concerned, like above rank. Oh my lord. It's crazy because Cena, I moved this camera up and it should be like underneath. Yeah. That's my bad. It should be underneath that layer. Oops. I basically dodged it all by accident. They went under me. That's a lot of things to throw, dude. I'm a bit overwhelmed. What just happened? He threw shurikens at me, dude. Cena's a crazy grinder, if you guys don't know. Yeah, there's a thing called like, I don't even know what it's called. It's like a way to throw fruit. He tried to kill him. Basically, dude. I just heard the sounds and I'm like, oh shit. I need to turn my temperature down, dude. I swear it's like 1 degree between freezing and burning in here. There you go. Give him more. Why not? Just stock it up. But yeah, like Vorpal at 950, rank 20. Like even if there's like 5 people opted, these guys who at 1,000, they're not even pushing. So like, more power to you, you know? More power to you. Let's go ahead and draw after this one. Well played. I definitely wasn't ready for it. You don't have to use bits though. I appreciate it, but yeah, the channel points also work. Hope Force is your best bet racing top 20 as a new player. Interesting. Let's check it out. So we'll start with Scout. No new 500 since I3 got it. Karaman, I've not seen that name before. Karaman. Astro Sloth, both ahead of Bloody Hound now. So I think, guys, did Bloody Hound like quit? They've been 479 for the longest time and they're just chilling. I wonder, I don't even know, honestly. Mr. Cool is at rank 9. I don't know. After rank 9, it's like nobody's even pushing for Scout. If you're trying to get a single level up to rank 20, maybe Scout's the best, one of the best plays right now, actually. If you don't want to like go crazy, like obviously like Carpenter or something is still available as well. But I don't know. I don't know. After Scout, we'll look at Gatherer. Yeah, Savage Shores and Bones Dog now having 500 before the new year. Pretty impressive. To see those both come in this early. Apathetic, you're getting dang close as well, my goodness. Ape, are you ahead of Reminiscence on Gathering? You have to be, right? I think Remy's like 5th or 6th, around 400-ish, or did Remy stop? Anybody know? But Happy New Year to you too, Cena. Happy New Year's Eve. Seems like a lot don't do Gather. Maybe I should slide in there. I mean, some of these races are like really open. Like, yeah, Gather. Like most of the people in here, I think are doing it for Alchemy. Like OJ Allen, Webster. I mean, Reminiscence I would include as well. Like, I'm pretty sure these people are primarily just here to get materials for Alchemy. Yo, Mr. Cool, we just saw your name, dude. You've been pushing up as well. Impressive grinds, man. So are you closing Scout out pretty soon? Welcome, welcome, dude. Under Gatherer. rank 20 is at 225. So if you want to get another one, like if you want to do a gathering skill, called Gatherer, well, that's probably a pretty good bet, right? I mean, I feel like you can't go wrong there. It was good. Try and get top 20 Minefighter if it's possible. Very impressive. I bet you can do it. I believe. If you think about it, like, that's basically something like, I mean, man, 500 though. So one thing I will say, guys, if you're wanting a level 500 stat, right? The beauty of it, the beauty of it is that we're about to get ability queuing, right? Or whatever you call it, action queuing. And if you can do action queuing for gathering, it's gonna make it so much easier. Yo, Rocked RS, the Bert himself. Thanks so much, dude. Appreciate the sub. Welcome back to the bot squad. If we think about it, like, the people down here are probably not pushing super hard, but the fact I know a bunch of these middling level people are also not pushing is really just more of a reason to get into it. We're gonna definitely grab that Blood Nettle next time here. So pretty cool race there. Gathering still very available. For Woodcutter, we know Nat, now Demonly and Z Reset, both showing level 500. You gotta respect all the woodcutters who have done 500 before the queuing. Yeah, there is a officially, let me link it for you guys. One sec, let's see if I can find his x.com post. How am I wasn't even following him on X, which is crazy. We're just gonna make a command real quick. 1 second. Just give me about a minute. A quick minute. But yeah, the short gist is that you can literally queue like as many nodes or as in one room, back to back. We'll call it Q preview. Literally just the letter Q. There you go. So exclamation Q preview. This is my lazy spelling to keep the command shorter, but we'll put that in the title here. Q preview. There you go. But TLDR, yep, you just select the nodes that you want to do back to back and they all work. That is now a command. So after like the first four, so Brigham's at 460, Sap is up there at 390, but then like a huge fall off between like 4th and 6th, right? Drops down to 329. And after that, it's somewhat tighter, right? So from like 20th all the way to 6th is only like 60 levels. 70, my math's bad. But still, that's not that many for like a 15 rank gap on the front page. After Woodcutter, Carpenter, Sap at 405, pretty impressive. We see Rocka, Howard. Howard at 325, very impressive. Yeah, Sap is scary for the Hope Forest race if they choose to push it after Woodcut Carp. Yeah, you'd think they would, right? But not everybody who does a 500 wants to go for one of these big stats, so it is interesting. Yeah, Sicko, it's probably like some of the scariest news for like some of these races. Because like, if I was to queue something like Pondweed, it looks like the respawn times are going to be based upon when you clicked it. And it's unclear if that's what they want to do. People are kind of talking about this. I'm not sure if it's intentional, but basically I'll arrive to the Pondweed and I'll just literally select nettle, weed, right? And then I'm just going to literally go like this for like 30 seconds, you know? It'll be crazy. I mean, it's definitely going to make more people play casually, I think. But I'm curious, like, if it's going to be slower at all, like for selecting stuff. There's a hidden guy on Carpenter who was 340 like 2+ weeks ago. Yeah, that's probably Daryl, right? When PoE 2 came out, I think. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's Daryl you're talking about. They wanted chatting while gathering. It's oddly unfriendly. Yeah, I wonder if this will fix that problem. You definitely got me with the first one and the 30 that are following. I like moved my head further into it. Nice. Well played, Cena. Well played, as always. So last but not least, the Hope Forest overall levels. Nat, Monster Girl, Apathetic, Howard, Nesquik, Sap. Pretty clear little jumps here. Nat has a nice lead. Monster Girl, Ape, Howard, Nesquik. Those are some pretty big jumps here. What's crazy is it's a race to 2,000, so it's not over till the levels come in, right? I'm on that second page, working your way up there. Heck yeah. I know Zephyr, like, he's holding up pretty well, 738. Like, some of the people on this list are stopping at 800, right? They're not interested in pushing. So, like, some motivation for you is that, like, once you get to, like, 850, you're gonna pass a lot of people. So, like, who's really to say, like, when these guys lose their motivation? So I definitely would not, like, feel like you're too far behind. Because really, as far as I'm concerned, there's only about 7 to 10 people who are probably pushing this, like, competitively with all their time, right? It's, like, a bit hard to say. Interesting. So now we're looking at Mindfighter. This is episode 3 skills. Mindfighter, the third combat profession. We see 4 level 500. So Remy Abbott, rank 3 locked in. Psychotic locked in 500. Congrats to those two. Britain unmoved at 459. The Eternal Mystery. We don't know why Britain stopped it where they did, but very interesting. Pakyak, not far behind, but is Pakyak moving? I feel like Pakyak was up there. Buns, Vlad Tepes, Old, Sir Ace Royale, Polar Burr, Hardcorn, QQ. Interesting. Joshy down at 310 at the bottom. I mean, 310 is pretty low for a combat stat. Is that lower than Scout? Yeah, Mindfighter seems like the easiest combat profession to get a top 20 on, because there's less people going for it. Pretty interesting. It'd be wild if after I did foraging, I just like went for like some random ass skill, like Mindfighter, that I've like got no profession in, or Scout, honestly. But it's just kind of silly because like there's people who are like doing passive that are probably going to beat me on that. I think I have to kind of like stick with what we've committed to in the first episode and just get what we can. Obviously, that seems like it's our priority. Go ahead and pop this once we're a little closer. Wait a second. There we go. Yeah, it's hard to say. Like Ape, like we just never know the speed people are gonna take. I mean, until like a week ago, I didn't know that I was gonna have all this stuff come up IRL. And when stuff comes up, you just, I don't know. I had to deal with it. And it's gonna affect me for like another week here, honestly. But like, I just play how I can, you know? That's all I can do. These are long-term races, and I'm trying to do things in a way that's pretty sustainable. So I think we have Bone Right next. Now there's definitely someone missing here, right? Who's our rank 1 Bone Right? Anybody keeping track of this? Man, isn't Rosket on this list? Or did Rosket opt out before we got to this? Red Bean rank 6 is pretty impressive. But 272 is showing rank 1, but I think there's some opters here. Yo, Flip Out, welcome. I feel like you've seen Kiv everywhere. K-I-V, huh? Interesting. I don't know that name. Zohan, welcome, welcome. Real rank 1 is 350 plus. Yeah, that sounds right. There's Variety MMO isn't what skill are they doing? Variety? It's some episode 3 skill. Got a tool working for OCR text to speech off of game chat. That's cool. Gathering Bone Right. That's what they're doing. I see. Yeah, Bone Right, most notably at the bottom, is also like 219. So pretty available. There's Kiv there. After Boneright, we have Miner. We see Natok above Jester. Is this a rename, or is this like someone who came out of nowhere? Because I thought Jester was rank 1, but is this like the actual rank 1? Who is this? Opter. Actually an Opter. So this is the person that we knew had a golden pickaxe, right? Because there was a rumor of someone who had a golden pickaxe earlier than everyone else, right? I think that was what was happening. They opted in when Jester was at 485. Damn. What a move. What a move. Yeah, I'm gonna go Stid hit 500 as well. Greb is close. Then a few names here. I see Argonian, Walla Walla, Fearsome. Rosket plays Lavanio. 76. Mr. Phil himself. Quite a stacked leaderboard there. But again, only 255 at rank 20. For those who want to focus it. Blacksmithing. Lusty Argonian 341. Walla Walla Rosket 293.83. Then Davo 76 MFS. A little bit of fall off there. Red Bean on the list for blacksmithing. Impressive. Stonemason. Last skill of episode 5. 4, 3. Let's try 3. RNG at 296. Again, there's someone who's opted here, right? A lot of people pushing up though. These guys all passed Skelly recently. Pretty interesting. Chino Rosket. Not too far behind here. Allegiance, Deep Essence. Dang, Miles up here at 225. That must be his passive, right? Surely. Dude, some of these people are putting in some wild hours. I don't know, man. Like, Miles versus Rosket, it's tough to say some of these. I'm very curious to see like how this game's gonna play out. There's like so many leaderboards to go for, and clearly people have their things. So overall, we've got. Did we skip anything? I think for the first time ever, we actually looked at them all. So Mines of Mantuban overalls. Rosket showing at rank 1 at 1220, but we believe is Tubby the one who's opted here, guys? It's Tubby, right? Red Bean, Yips, Unbe, Pesticcio. The crazy thing about this one is, like, other than Rosket and Red Bean, this is, these are overall grinders. So, like, it doesn't seem like too many people have stomachs going for this. Like, Rosket is an overall grinder, but is also kind of pushed into a specific episode. So cool to see Red Bean pushing up there on the episode leaderboard. But yeah, Chino at 853 on a 5 episode. That's average like one. What is it, like 170, I think? That's crazy. 2 at Genfinod OGs holding down the Mines of Mantuan. Yeah, pretty much. I mean, Pesticcio is also in there too, you know. Just a different username. Tengoku's up there, nice. Azrael's in there, very cool, very cool. A lot of friends of the stream. Interesting. Last but not least, episode 4. The final, original, OG episode of launch. We have Watch Person. Oh my goodness. Look at all of those max level gamers. Guys, we see 15 opted in level 500s. The most of any profession. Craziness. Yeah. This is going to be our first leaderboard that's going to max out. I really hope Toki gets a spot, dude. Toki's another Genfinod gamer. Dude, if he can actually get in, that'd be so cool. Question from Jesus Green. I never played Genfinod. What's the lore? Genfinod was just a very well-loved indie game that had a lot of opportunity and success that completely dropped the ball. A lot of the people who played Genfinod, Genfinod basically introduced concepts like multi-step crafting. It had more things that this game does not have, like quality. It had certain mechanics that were very well loved. But for example, when you killed a cow, it dropped a corpse, and you could take that corpse to a table and then use a skill called butchering. And when you butcher, you got like different grades of materials. So you get like a high quality hide, but a low quality raw beef or whatever. And then you'd get like sinew from chopping it up or whatever, and you could use all the materials for different things. But you could use like the meat to then make multi-step recipes, and it was kind of like a point-and-click style game. It was actually inspired by RuneScape Classic, and there was a lot of like weird corruption and negligence and stubbornness from their development team, and the game fell on its face and had a really awkward send-off. Tried to like it tried to turn itself into a card game. It's like a laughable exit, unfortunately, but they raised like 30 grand on Kickstarter and had like tens of thousands of people give the game a shot. So it's like what every Genfnod player didn't want to happen to that game, they also hope it doesn't happen to this game. But like the difference is, that's why we're like so big on Andrew Gower and the brothers. The team behind this game is not the team that was behind Genfnod. So a lot of the love gets transferred over, but the community also. I was fortunate enough to have found that game about halfway through. But I'd like to think that I had a lot of good memories from that game. It was a fun time. So watch person. We know Noobmaster 69. Obviously Bidoof, Twitch streamer. Barely lost the race. One of two people who can say they got a level 500 before me. But we have Old Schooled, Mystic, Alia, Ozzy, all getting 500 after KC. Now, there must have been some opters on here, right? Is there like an opter maybe? So I feel like... maybe not. But there's only 5 spots left, guys. Hopefully Toki can get one of them. We'll see. Seems right to 2 to 3 opted. I feel like there's gotta be... Has to be, right? I don't know. My guess is like only like between like 1 and 3-ish or so are actually going to make it who are not on there yet. Maybe it's already too late. I mean, there's a real chance that a lot of people just don't want to opt because it's not really in their best interest to do so, right? Detective. We see 4 level 500s. KC Kyle. Old School and Jesus. Murathiel. At 483, actually 9 up behind at 455. Going all the way down to Kcon and Mintella at the bottom here. At 331 and 329. So this might be one of the last professions in episode 4 to get their leaderboard done. Leatherworker. Maybe it's Leatherworker, I don't know. I guess because of raids, people will just find the passives to push. I always thought like Merchant and Leatherworker, but yeah, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it'll be Leatherworker. Sanhei pushed us up to rank 4, you guys. I know there's people opted here, but that's crazy to me. Sanhei at rank 4 already. So the dude's already got 500 Merchant. He's probably just making a killing right now. Pretty impressive stuff. I wonder if he's also saving his leather for episode 5. We know there's going to be a thing there. That's the other thing, by the way. If you guys didn't catch this on the leak from Samuel, the one that's posted in the title, the Q one, he also shows the episode names. And most notably, under episode 5, you can see there is no Golem skill. So that somehow either got leaked into it or it got dropped. We don't really know. But it's definitely not present. Be interesting. I think it's like 15k now. Nice, nice. Good to know, good to know. But yeah, definitely check out that Cube review. It's pretty interesting. This game's like, the story is not even, like we're still in like the forward. Like we're barely even, we don't even know what chapter 1's gonna look like yet. It's very, very early. Pretty sure Senna is telling he wants to be first to a plat. So is he really not there yet, Dalton? You're dumb? Wait, why are you dumb? Why? Last but not least, we got Merchant. We got Flipper and Senhei. Same people. Ren and Balloon at 295, 290. The pots disappear. Oh my gosh. Envy! That's a lot of potions. I don't think I've ever dropped 300 pots. Like dropped. 290 gone? Dude, blame my Twitch stream though. Guys, go gift Unby a sub for his sorrows. Yeah, I hope they're just some 5%ers. That still sucks, though. I'm doing what I can over here, man. Merchant. Oh, man. Yeah, merchant might be available if you guys want a good 500 that pays really well. But I'm just gonna go ahead and say it. Like, look at rank 4. We called him out earlier for being seriously badass, but you guys, if you want to look at a cracked account, pull up Miles space ES. Has a very, very real contention to rank 1, like overall rank 1. And I'm sure that's keeping Pastisio motivated, but I would say take your time, you know, do what you gotta do. Some of these people are hard to beat, regardless. We all have different time that we can put into the game. Some wild stuff to look at, though, like from a comparing standpoint. I'm gonna grab 2 here real quick. Oh my. It's such a specific AI question, dude. Well then. There it is. Yeah, grabbing the double is kind of whatever, but what I'm gonna do here is we're gonna probably finish after this one and we'll just bank some nettles. I'm trying to keep the nettles, like, if we're keeping like an inventory of this stuff, it saves us a lot more than just like the 20 silver, because nettles assuredly will be worth a lot. Rack will be worth more, but like, I'm curious to see what the nettle market is like.
Pretend to talk in 3 different dialogues as the top 3 total level players in Brighter Shores. Pastisio. Rank 1. Yips. Rank 2. And Irksome. Rank 3. Conversations. Pertain to silly topics, and try your best to give them each a unique way of speaking to each other. Pastisio. Rank 1. Another day, another leaderboard victory. It's not easy staying on top, you know? My potion collection is second to none. Do either of you ever feel like the virtual sun shines a bit brighter? Just for us, Yips. Rank 2. Pastisio. I don't need no imaginary sun. I've got raw power, raw skill, and maybe just a touch too much free time. How do I keep getting beat by a potion master anyway? It's like you're casting a spell on those leaderboards. Irksome, rank 3. Oh, you two, and you're flexing while you're both.
Did it get cut off? It must have just, while you're both. Yeah. I think the query was pretty long though, man. I don't know. While you're both what? While you're both. We can turn that into a meme too if we want. Just like, yeah, while you're both. Next time on Timmy is a bot. Yeah, some of these people are pushing in crazy ways. So Stan, I will pretty clearly get to top 20s pretty easy. I wonder, like, if we could have done ourselves a little bit better by going straight into foraging. The problem is, like, we've been trying to not enter fishing. Like, if Small wasn't in the race, I feel like I would have done things differently. As crazy as it sounds. But knowing that there was someone who already had 200 all puts us at such a huge, like, disadvantage in a lot of ways. Because they're able to do everything a lot more efficiently, like, pretty much step by step. It's pretty smart. I'm out here cooking all tank fruits while you're both. Just period, too. Like, you don't leave it hanging. You just make it very clear that's the end. I respect it. Yeah, I don't know. If, we gotta look at overall real quick as the final send-off to our leaderboard review for the day. We have total level 1441. Pastisio at a casual 3679. Rank 20 is currently at 2264. So getting pretty hard to get on that overall leaderboard. I just want to see the friend ranking here. Wow. So Zephyr is at 1946 total. Very impressive. Have you guys seen Pasticcio online? Is he still playing pretty hard? It's just like hard to say. I can see that he's got 79 levels past 36, but maybe he took some time for holidays, or do we know? Does anybody know? He's on earlier doing guard. Pasty was? Oh wow, he is doing some guard. Very interesting skill choice. He's slept 7 or even 8 hours. Oh my word. Yeah. I mean, pre-trading post 200, it's not a fun place to be. I just don't feel like it's a good spot. That's why I feel like merchant probably is really smart to do. Yeah, there's just different angles to take on this game. Jeez, dude. What am I supposed to do? Just get hit in the face every time? Well done. That was Yuri too, dang. Some variety in the shurikens today. You guys are very aggressive. It is very late for you on B, isn't it? Now, why is Omega getting nettles? Do we know? He's just grabbing on the way to the bank, maybe, for KP? Must just be a KP thing, right? Schedule's effed. Damn. Damn. You woke up at 2:30? Dear Lord. Hour and a half until the year is out. Let's go ahead and throw it a 10% down. Kind of a rookie move here, but it's okay. Generally, you wouldn't want to drink it right before you go outside of the loop, but you also like don't want to waste the KP, so it's kind of whatever. I think we just end up hitting both of the nodes here. Man, the levels do come in much faster. Yo, Alpaca, Happy New Year to you as well. You thought Pasty was going merch route, but he's pivoting to Hope for? I don't know. I wonder... I have no idea. I don't see Hopeport getting a whole lot easier. Like, trade will help alchemy, but like foraging and fishing are pretty much just set. Seeing your friends list, I thought I was doing okay at rank 274. I'd be like 3rd page. I mean, people do different things, right? Like, the friends rank I think is just kind of fun to observe, like how everyone's doing different things. I like looking at the density. We'll do a little special extension segment. We're gonna go through all of my friends rankings today, because this way, especially considering it's the new year, right? Like we'll get a nice like pre-2025 view of everything, and maybe that'll give some insight as to what people are spending their time on. So as of today, we don't have queuing, we don't have trading. This should be pretty interesting. So you can see that like the top 50 is around 1892 total level. The top 1000 is like, man, let's just go 500. There's so many people here. Top 500 is about 1100. So there's 500 people that are opted in right now that have above like 1172-ish total level. Top 1000 is all the way down to about maybe 988 or so. So interesting, about 1,000 people at 1,000 or higher total level. That's cool. And like 5k, I guess, we'll just check. It's about 580. Interesting. Wait, but like Zohan here. It's crazy. This is a different Zohan? Wait, I'm so confused. I don't even know anymore. Interesting. I'm like, wait, that's not the same Zohan. Anyway, yeah, that's overall. Hopeport, we're just gonna go down the list here. Friends rank. Yeah, so like 20 people have over 1,000 in Hopeport. Like, that's barely different, right? There's 1,000 people with 1,000 everywhere. So it's about 50 times less dense for one episode. There's about 100 people with 600 in Hopeport. About 500 with 400, something like that. That's crazy. You started 1 to 2 weeks late and didn't get the name Zohan. What a travesty, dude. So top 1,000 in Hopeport are literally like at 330 total. That's kind of wild. Guard. Let's look at guard. Okay, friends rank So about 230, 240 have actually grinded beyond level 200. But look at that. So that basically means about half of the people who have hit level 200 have grinded to 201. Like, what a crazy stat is that? So you literally like you half your rank by grinding beyond 200 just for guard. We're looking at guard only, which makes sense though, because like efficiency wise, like yeah, you're gonna be having some rough periods with gear and whatnot. 1,000 people at level 100 on guard, and about 5,000 with 50 on guard. So interesting scaling for sure. About 5 times more people at half the level there. One more thing I'd like to check, since it is our first skill. How many people got to at least 20 guard? According to my friends list, something like 35,000 probably if we include opters. That's kind of not a lot. But it is kind of a lot. I don't know. We can see Menace at 39k. So like there's about 6,000 people who leveled their guard between 2 and 20. Random fact, but there you go. Chef, let's see. How are people chefing? Oh man, where do we even start with this? So I'm at a cool spot because I'm not at 200 yet. But there's only about 200 people above 200. I'm like right on the cusp of 200 at 200, right? That's cool. If you cut down to 100, there's only about 3 or 4 times that, like 6... Yeah, about 750 people above level 100 chef. Then we look at like the quest cutoff for Branoffs, right? That's probably the next significant line. Look at all those 61s. There they are, reporting for duty. No surprise there, I guess, but about 4,600 people at 61 or higher chef. So clearly some reasoning behind that. I'm not gonna go too deep on each of these. The 61s is hilarious, yeah. Fishing, we have about 100 people at 200, so even less. With chef, there were 200 at 200. But with fishing, there's only 100 at 200. That's crazy. That means like your top 20 should take a long time. Like there's not that many people who can push up from 200 because not that many people have 200. Like there's only about 30 people who are between like Unbi and myself, and Unbi's at 199, right? So kind of weird actually. If we look at like any sort of benchmarks here, I mean, it falls off so fast. 350 at 100. About 2,000 at 50 approx. What does lost shipment need? There's a fishing level on that, right? I'm guessing it's somewhere in here, 30s. It can't be that high. Or is it? Maybe it's up here. I don't remember. But interesting. 25, is it really? Okay, let me pull it. Thank you. 25. Okay. Yeah, if I scrolled a little further, I would have seen it. And that's pretty cool though. It's 19,000 people. 19,000 have 25 or higher. Look at that. And literally about 5,000 people specifically have level 25. That's crazy. They just like got to 25 and they're like, we're chilling. All 5,000 of us. Good on them. Ghost Drag's in there. Nice. This music is oddly fitting. Now we're going to Forager. So on Forager, it's somewhere between Chef and Fishing. So Forager, you have about 150-ish, 140 rather, at 200 and above. As you can see, my 270 gets us rank 33. So like opters are there, but like there's not that many people showing up here. So about 400-500 at 100 or above. And about 2,000 at 50 or above. So that's like pretty linear scaling. What's the 20 plus number? Let's see. It's cool because like this VOD will be on, you know, YouTube or whatever, and like we can look back at this and I'll be like, dang, like look how few people did this back then versus now. As I don't know if anybody's like documenting this. I hope someone is, but like some of like the more buried details, they are kind of cool to kind of manage over time. But yeah, a lot of density down there at 20. So people not liking to push Forger past 20, maybe in the future. And then Alchemist is going to be a very interesting one. So if we look at the 200 mark on Alch, it's almost identical. This one's identical to Fishing. You have about 100 people at level 200, almost spot on. Unbe is our benchmark. Rank 100, level 200. Doesn't get any more black and white than that. And Vint right under at 196, so perfect. If you want to go to the 1,000 mark, there's about 1,000 people above level 63, level 20. So Alchemy does have that line, right? Is it at 51, I think? Or must be 50. Yeah, must be 50 given all these 50s. So about 51, 5,200 people above level 50 makes sense. And scrolling down, it looks like about 19,000 people chose to get 20 alchemy. 19,000 accounts. It's an important number too to think of the level 20s because those people have access to passives, right? So you got to think who's really willing to unlock it. So one more just glance at the hope port. So level 100 total, 24,000 people have like an average 20 basically between all 5 skills. I wanted to see that number real quick. Very interesting. Okay, and moving into episode 2, we have Scout leading us off. My Scout is very low, so this is where I get to be part of the laughing stock. Here we go. So Scout, you have 216 people at level 200. So look at that. Like that's kind of eye-opening to me. So Scout is actually more competitive post 200 than a lot of the Hope Port skills are. Yeah, 216. It might even be a little higher than that, like 220-ish. So that basically means that while the front page of top 20 might be like limited, there may be a lot of people that are like pushing towards that. So yeah, just some motivation, you know. It falls off pretty hard. Only 600 people have 100 or higher. And then, wow. Yeah, I know people in this range are kind of cheesing the quest. Some of them for Spider Nest, you know, are cheesing that the boss fight. But about 24,000 people have level 20 or higher Scout. Very, very interesting. Now for Gatherer, this is probably going to be the most unique one on the whole list because the Gatherer high score we know is one of the least dense in general. Just people have avoided the skill entirely. So there are 46 people with level 200. That's less than half the competitiveness of the least competitive skill we've seen so far. 46 people at level 200 or higher. Rosket is rank 54 with only 174 gathering. This is just crazy. About less than 100 people with level 100 or higher. Maybe 120-ish tops. Sorry, a piece of plastic on the ground. Thought it was like a bug or something. Mild distractions. Okay. About 600 people with level 50 or above Gatherer. And most important stat, I think. Look at all these 20s. So many people getting their skills to level 20. Many people. 12k all the way to 6k. So about 6,000 people got to exactly 20 Scout, or sorry, 20 Gatherer and stopped. 6,000 people. Quillen says, one of my highest leaderboard ranks and my lowest level skills. Actually crazy. I think I'm level 8 at rank 21,000. So there's only about 9,000 people between 8 and 20. I mean, that's a pretty big range. All right, Woodcutter, moving on here. Looking at the deep leaderboard density now. This is going to be an interesting one. Woodcutting, I should expect it to be a little more competitive, but not that much more. Friends rank. Quest and Zephyr, damn. So Zephyr's at rank 40 with 208. And Pastisio at level 200 hits rank 55. So only about 50, 60 people with above 200 Woodcutter. 100 Woodcutter is about 120 people, it seems. 130 maybe. Kind of hard to say based on the information we're looking at. The fall off here is pretty insane though. Let's look at like the level drop. Like about 1,000 people at like level 52-ish and higher. Pretty dense, you know, like a lot of people. Oof, look at that, down to 22, 21. Scroll for like 12 years. So 23,000 people have level 20 or higher woodcutter. Carpenter. Now, this is an interesting one because of storage rifts, so we're expecting this to be a little bit unique. Let's see what Carpenter looks like. So first page at 210. Pasticcio, rank 37. So Carpenter's up there with being technically the least competitive. About 40 people with rank 200 and above. That's just 2 pages, guys. Like, level 199 might be second page Carpenter, which is crazy. There might be some opters, sure, but it's just something to think about. Yeah, only about 100 and, again, 120 people with like 100 plus, right? Mini Shadow, wow. This is another Genfinod player. I've not checked them in a long time. Interesting stuff. Woodcutter, we're going to scroll down though. Sorry, not Woodcutter. We're looking at Carpenter now. I want to see the bottom side of this as well. So, rank level 50. Guys, you know the Carpenter requirement for Forgotten Things? Level 50 looks like about 3,300 people. It is 50. I was thinking like a lot of people stopped at 50. So that checks out. Probably is enough Carpenter XP to get you to 51, I'm guessing, once you finish the quest. Quite surprising, honestly. I'm just gonna go ahead and bank right here. It's a good time to do so. I used to double, triple bank, but when we are just doing nettles like this, I prefer to do it when I don't have to like drop a ton of extra times. I'm not really concerned with the double trip. We have 32 Carpenter, we know, is the necessity for Spider Nest to unlock Storage Rift. So the main takeaway here is about 20,000 people have 32 Carpenter. Like 20.7 it looks like. This is a wild stat. You can see between rank 32 and 30, there's only 200, not even 200 people. It's like 190 or something, 197. So there's not that many people who stopped at level 31 for very clear reasons. There's Jordan down there. Interesting. And I couldn't even tell you how many have 20. It's pretty much the same number. Like, who gets 20 but not 32, right? All right, and then Hope Forest, leaderboards, friends rank. Here we go. Depth view. We have... Whoa. Yeah, these overall boards are obviously different looking. Hard to give summary data here. So you got about 100 people who have around 400 plus total. That's about an 80 level average in each Hope Forest skill, which is not a lot of people, but maybe it's more than Hope Fort, like per skill. Be probably averaged up because of Carpenter and like necessity for even like 20 wood cutting. Like some of those things I think will push people a little more. Like look at that. There's about 2,000 people with above 180 total levels in Hope Forest, which is a lot, right? I don't have that much, right? I'm like down here, right? Where am I? Where am I on this list? The very bottom, yeah. So my level, my 89 levels puts me at 20,000 rank. So what's 10,000? Like 112-ish, damn. Yeah, it's like oddly not competitive, but it's, yeah, it's people wanting to do quests and then kind of they just get out, it looks like. Very interesting. After episode 2, we can check episode 3. So Mindfighter, this is the deep view. So it looks like about pretty similar to, what is it, foraging? 200 people with level 200 and above? Not foraging, I think it was it fishing? I forget which one of those ones it was. Yo, Lambro. Let's go, yeah, about 200 people. Technically 200 at 185 and above. We'll give this a shot here. So 447 people have 100 plus Mind Fighter, but only 185 have 200 plus. And I guess that makes sense. It's about half for twice the difficulty. I'm just thinking like, man, that's only 185 people. Like only 84 people are at 218. So like Vank could easily front page Mind Fighter if he wanted to. I wonder if that's what he's doing actually. Like that's actually up for grabs like crazy, right? Are perma blacksmith still sustaining? I do not know. How could you... You just mean like mining your own ore for blacksmithing, or what does that even mean? It's a good question. I do not know. Now I don't know the mining requirement for, or Mind Fighter requirement for Mantuman's Legacy, but it seems a lot of people stopped around 61, so that must be a thing. You guys can feel free to inform me what the situation is there. But a lot of people stopping in that range. And yeah, 21's basically the first quest. Oh, it's lost and found. Yeah, 59 with gotcha. See, about 12, 13k with 20 plus. Technically 14, 15k. It's about 50, sorry, 20. Level 20 plus is about 15,000 people. Then you have Boneright. Boneright's another crazy one. We got only 43 people with 200 plus. Rosket at 199 makes rank 44. So again, like this is like your carpenter board. Just like God be with you if you choose to push Boneright, and you can, but that's gonna be a push and a half, right? It falls off pretty hard too. There's about 200 people with 100. It's about 5 times more people with, you know, stopping before the 200 mark. But what gets wild, I guess, is this is probably another lost and found wreck, right? Is it 42 or 43? It must be somewhere in this range, but there's a lot of 42s here. I'm guessing it's like 40 to do the quest and then 42 after you turn it in, something like that. I don't even know. I'm just basing it off of what I'm looking at anyway. Then we have Miner. About 15,000 people above level 20. Look at all these names. About 1,000 people with like almost 50 and above. But this one's only about 100 people at level 200 plus. Very interesting. I got an hour and 11 minutes till New Year's, by the way. Anything I should do in the next hour and 11 minutes? I'm going to be putting a video out pretty soon here about kind of like Brighter Shores going into 2025. A lot of collective thoughts, like things I hope to see in the game. Feel free to check out our YouTube and make sure you're subbed over there. So we're going to have like a kind of like a comprehensive review of like all the things that we've seen and things we hope to see. I try to capture like a lot of my thoughts from the economy. I think that's a really important one. But also getting into concepts like rares, and I'll be like really frank, you know, like why I know like a lot of people that I know are like, you know, looking at the game the way they're seeing it. And how's it going, Lambro? Welcome, man. Yeah, I think there's a lot of things we want, but if you guys have anything that you're hoping to see in this next year, you should definitely make sure we're aware of it. Blacksmithing is next, I believe. These skills are all so like loose. About 72 people, 200 plus. Not a whole lot. About 280, 100 plus. And then I'm guessing it's the same with like a level 60 rec around there. 2,500, 3k people up there. And then 20 plus for this is about 10,000 people. Quite a lot. Yeah, more quests and rewards in between levels. That would be nice, wouldn't it? After Blacksmith, we have Stonemason. My least not favorite skill. I thought Stonemason was pretty cool. It's just a little bit more, how do I say? It's definitely slow. Only about 8,900 people at level 20. I think that's the least we've seen so far. Not a whole lot of reason there outside of Lost and Found, which I'm guessing is around this range of 49, 52-ish. $206 people with 100 plus. There's Tripmaster in there. Darrendel's there too. Dang. Uriak, Hazriel. We know like most people. Mightiest. Dang. The whole squad. Tengoku's up there on B. Red Bean, Vorpal, Vint. It makes sense that it's my friends list, so I should know most of these people, right? 50 people, 200 plus. It's a interesting metric. It seems like that's about like the range of most of these skills right now. Is it's either like 50, 100, 150, or 200. Like depending on if it's like a tier 1 difficulty skill or like tier 4. Like some of these skills just have so much more density of people pushing, especially beyond like level 20 and then beyond 200. But if they're using a quest, it makes sense. People grind to that level and stop. And last but not least for Mines, Mantiban, the overall leaderboard here. Seems that I know a lot of these Mantiban grinders. But the fall off here, 800, so 1,000 average is only like, it's literally less than like 10 people. It's like 6, maybe 5. So what was the other 80 average before for top 100, I think? So 80 average on 5 skills would be 400. Yeah, there's a lot more people pushing Mantiban skills than Hope Forest skills. Unless if I'm missing something, but that's kind of what the numbers are saying here. You got... I mean, look at that, like almost... There's almost 1,000 people. Yeah, about 1,000 people with 280 plus. Which is like, it's almost like level 60 in each skill, 55. But I'm pretty sure like all 55s or I guess all 60s is about the record for Lost and Found. So it makes sense. About 1,000 people there. And just for thoroughness, let me make sure I scroll down. So 20 in all skills would be 100. So about 10,000 people with 20 average in all 5 Mantiban skills. And I'm another 5k behind that because I've not even got that. I just got enough to get to episode 4 and then bounced. Which checks out. Flipout says, I think since mines have the most commonly KP'd skills, you get that total level difference. I could see that, yeah. It has like a larger ratio of those types of skills too. People usually choosing the skill that probably aligns to their class, right? I would think. Very interesting observation. Alright, and the Friends leaderboard for episode 4. Goodness, where to even start here? So, we go to watch person, friends list here. About 11,000 people with 20 plus. That's still surprising for like episode 4. 11,000 accounts with 20 plus. I mean, that's a very real number of people who chose to go all the way. Of course, episodes 3 and 4 are sub only too, guys. That's a huge part of this. So seeing like all those people in episode 3 like getting levels, that's impressive. If we look a little bit higher, say like 200 plus. What are we at for watch person now? Wow. I mean, look at that. That's more than guard, isn't it? Almost 600 people with 200 plus. Can we just compare, like, direct? Because my short-term memory sucks. Well, and isn't that crazy, you guys? There's almost twice as many people with 200 watch person as 200 guard. That's wild to me. 330 versus about 580. It's like 1.8, 1.9 times more. Very, very, very interesting. It's probably just because of AFK raids, right? That has to be it. Crime Den raids, people liking the combat more. I don't know what else it would be. But that's definitely interesting. Who is that? Oh shit, it's Tell. Oh snap, it's Tell. He's over here with this Christmas tree hat. He's laughing at me in the pond. I see how it is. I live here. Mr. Podcast. Yep, that's the one. That is the one. So we saw about 600, 200 plus. Yeah, look at that. 1,400 people with over 100. 1,400 plus people with 100 plus watch person is crazy. There we go. Like twice as many 200s as guard. Game is dead, by the way. Kappa. If we go all the way down here, 11,000, yeah, 20 plus. It's a lot. Watch person, my 3 unranked skills. Here we go. I'm not even participating in the leaderboard because I'm a noob. I've never got a single detective XP. Yeah, I mean, this is crazy. There are more level 200 detectives than there are 200 guards. More level 200 detectives. By about 30%. Yeah, it's all crime dens, man. People want the cape. They do want the cape. That's a good point. Mr. Cool is so right. They actually want the cape, though. That's crazy. That's so accurate, too. But despite it being like a non-free-to-play skill, you have 10,000 people. 11,000 with 20 plus detective. 11,000. I'm not even one of those 11,000 people. Those are 11,000 accounts. On a maximum of 5,000 like paid accounts, right? Could be 3 per, in theory. In theory. Probably average of like 1.5 or something, 1.2 or who knows how low it is. We'll go to Leatherworker. This will be pretty telling, I think. Yo, Harbinger at rank 10. Holy crap. 200 plus looks about 80. So this is right on par with your like carpenter type skills. It's a little bit better, like not as horrible. This meant we had 200,000 people play it based on review ratios. Including people that played for like 2 minutes. Yeah. They like logged in and like, nah. Didn't make it out of the tutorial. Yeah. Hey, man, that's how RuneScape was, man. People didn't make it off the tutorial island. They're like, this game's stupid. Those people have been around for decades, you know?
I got a bad feeling about this.
So we got about 70, 80 people. Looks like 200 plus Leatherworker. About 300 people at 100 plus Leatherworker. About 1,550 plus. And... wow, yeah. About 7,000 people 20 plus. Do you guys happen to know what Leatherworker you need for... oh man, it's been so long since I've looked this up. The main quest for episode 4, I'm spacing on the name. Battle of Fortune Hold, is it 50? 50 Leatherworker? Thank you, thank you. Alright. Yeah, if we look on here, 55 merchants. Okay, let me check that out as well. That's the last one. Here we go. Alright. You have about 150, 160 people. So this is like more similar to Chef, right? 160 people with 200 plus. That's surprising though. Like, I'm very surprised by this. This makes me think people are either like too committed to what they're already doing, so they're like, I'm not going to level it. But like, everybody in this chat can objectively agree the best stat for a new player to do is probably merchant, right? Like if you want to like make money and set up like an efficient account, you could do merchant first, right? Like you might want to do detective to 83. You might want to do certain things, but like if we're talking to 200s, you'd think there would be more 200 merchants. That's all. I don't know. I'm surprised by that. I think it's probably going to be after I finish my 2500 hope port, we're going to be rushing merchant and leatherworking and raids. We'll probably just do all 4 at the same time, but we'll see. Yo, see Potato. Thanks for the follow, dude. I'm curious to see though. Your problem with merchant is you need to be way more focused to that as opposed to other skills. You think there's more free to play than pay to plays? Free to play would be best. Well, that's why like Chef has so many 200s. I think is just look at that, about 200 200s in Chef. I mean, I'm literally ranked 200, so I'm qualified to say this Cooking is the easiest as a beginner, right? Like a lot of people recommend just getting to veggie stews as a beginner. Make your first little bit of like, yeah, 100 silver, and then use that to buy your trowel, use that to buy maybe like a, you know, your spear upgrade or whatever it might be, right? Getting like some of that access I think is good. Yeah, it is interesting to how queues are going to change everything up for sure. That'll definitely play in. We didn't quite check the bottom end of merchant. I just want to see. So we saw there were about 160 200s, about 600 100 plus. So we're just told that you need 55 merchant for fortune hold. So there couldn't even be more than like 2,200 people who have possibly done battle for fortune hold, which makes sense. It looks like there's about 2,000 people with a quest cape right now. That's my guesstimation. It's probably a little lower than that because you'd have to add all these together. Like that's the maximum number of people. Rank 7 Forger on your YouTube video is wrong. Oh, I'm well aware. The guy seems like a total idiot. I think you watched like 10 seconds of my video or less and probably is a really bad Forger. I'm like not even concerned with the opinion of ants, you know? It's like at some point I'm just not going to listen to what you have to say. But yeah, we're well aware of like how XP works. I don't think I need his lecture, that's for sure. Yeah, do it yourself, exactly. Exactly. 20 plus is like man, 8,000 people is kind of surprising, honestly. Almost 9,000 people have 20 merchant. I mean, I guess that checks out. Yeah, I don't know. And then I guess we didn't look at the overall. So, just for the last one here, which would be Chronopolis. You wonder who the Forager was? It's a good question. Like, the way they wrote it is that, like, they were ranked 7 when leaderboards came out. So, it must be either someone who quit the game. He said he is God? Wait, did he actually? God would have been ranked 20 or 21 if he identified. Very interesting. Yeah, I don't know. We'll probably pass him up pretty soon here. God laughed at you when you said you want to join him in the top 20. Interesting. Interesting. So they just stopped completely? I mean, God just barely got off the top 20. Probably like ranked 25 to 30 real right now. Putting me at like 35 to 40-ish, but the more you know. Currently 20, though. There you go. 312. Yeah. Must be like wakes up and wants to play super hard. We'll see. I wonder, like, I would just die to know, like, how many people actually have higher Forge than me right now that are not banned. Like, that's a number I feel like I should know for how, like, these leaderboards are so competitive. Like, if it's under 35 people, I'd be going nuts. But I don't want to go nuts just for no reason, you know? Like, motivation's a real thing. I have 20 foraging if it helps. Thanks, Casey. Yeah, Leah, I think a lot of us are hoping for 2 ranks. I kind of pray that it comes with the update on Thursday, but I don't expect it to happen. The Queen of Kreno. Yep. They are indeed here. Bow. Chronopolis ranks. Look at me, guys. I'm ranked 13,474. How many people have literally 1 level in Kreno? That's gotta be like one of the worst ranks possible, right? Can I see my overall? Am I the lowest ranked player in Kreno? I kind of want to keep that as long as possible. I challenge you guys to screenshot a lower rank. I'm like rank 1, but like the opposite of rank 1. You can't make that up. Yeah. The best part is I think I have less XP than all of these people. Because I just got one of my skills to 1 and none of anything else. I have a 1 next to mine too. My rank is a bigger number, therefore I win. Jimmy is the reason the crime rate is so high. Jeez. Yeah, I've not been doing my fair share of many things, it seems. Is that the backstory of how you became a janitor? That's a complex story. Sounds like it's unwritten. Oh, it's like a bunch of names I don't recognize, like all these people. All these people haven't even named their account yet, and they're in episode 4. Squire Haggai, Gerd. Crazy. So what skills, let's just go through the list here. What are we actually going to get made better by action queuing? So if we go to our levels here, it sounds like fishing will be completely queuable, not just like one fish. You could basically queue all 6 puffers and then queue all 6 eels, right? I mean, that might be pretty nice, even though 6 eels won't be efficient. Some people might do it for more AFK. I wonder, actually. I mean, you could still 6-3 and 6 pretty nicely, but it's still not going to be that good. Like, I feel like queuing will be the best for skills like foraging. Like, just like knock, you know, like here, for example, I have 6 pondweed, and I could probably just add 2 blood nettle. Pathing will be asked for fish. I was thinking about that, yeah. Like, you're going to be chasing fish poorly, especially for like those big ponds like flounder. I don't see the pathing being very good, unless if it's dynamic, but it won't be dynamic. According to that screenshot, none of those things were moving, so wouldn't it be sick if it auto-corrected like it does with the pathing? I realize we missed this guy, but I'm just gonna move it to the back of the path here. Gather and wood cutting will be nuts. Many loops that are all single room. Right. So do you think combat will be queuable? That'd be wild. You could like queue multiple fights together. But then you're competing for nodes, so probably not. Is anything in episode 3 queuable? Mining? That's it, right? And nothing in episode 4 will be queuable? Presumably? We could technically take all this pondweed and like drop it on the same tile. And that way, if we wanted to bank another set, we could here. It's like free money later. I mean, if you think about it, that means that like doing episode 4 first is the most efficient because it's not improved. It's not improved by ability queuing or action queuing, whatever. Interesting. Excuse me. So both episodes 1 and 2 will be improved by action queuing. I wonder which one's gonna turn out better.
What am I?
Yo,
Ferret
Boy
Boy 286 just subscribed.
Hey, thanks so much for the sub, my dude. Welcome in. Appreciate the Twitch Prime. I'm not very good at insults. Oh my. Oh jeez. Oh gosh. What is this? Achoo! Are you mocking my sneeze? Dude, thanks for the bits though, Sicko. Appreciate it. Achoo! Fish are buff, bass are worse, oaks are ass, user biss. Nice. That's a pretty fair fair summary. I banked like 800 drop the bass because I added them to my crown shell loop. And basically just kept banking a ton of them. I have like 15,000 crown shell ready to sell to players. Hopefully we'll make at least a couple pennies from it. I don't know if it'll actually make anything, but we'll see. Let's go ahead and bank a set here. I might grab that 23 and just do a double bank. I'll show you guys a double bank here real quick. It's not really a crazy concept, and it doesn't work super well unless if you're actually dropping a set. But if you drop them next to the stairs, you don't have to climb as many times. There's one cool thing about this game is it lets you loot from a tile away. So you can do like a loot step from here, basically. That way you don't have to climb up twice. You can just keep a pile down here. So if you're using the click to move, you can do like, you can almost do a 3.5. I think I timed around, it's between 3 and 4 minutes to fill an inventory. If you're doing like a full set of pondweed and then 1 every 2 on the blood nettles. I could do another inventory here. It's kind of like free money, so I feel kind of dumb if I don't do it. This 12 and 8 should be, or sorry, 12 and 9 should be enough for another inventory. What's up, Lambro? What is ColecoVision and LecoVision? What are you even saying? You're on about something. Mine will be a lot better because of so many ores in the same location. Yeah, that's right. Mining doesn't have that 6 limit that everything else does, right? Can we... Oh, come on. I really hate that it always goes to the right side here. And we just lost that stack of 11. So obviously we're not going to keep banking. Or no, we picked it up. Wait. Oh, I grabbed it from the corner. I forgot you could do corner grabs. Yeah, that makes sense. That's okay. It's too late. It's too late for me. Stagnant. Man, I haven't heard this song in a long time. Is this, yeah, Mort Myers Swamp. I remember when this came out. This is legit, like, before, I think? Mauritania? Do you guys remember when Mauritania released? It was almost like a full year before Slayer, I think. But I think I didn't actually unlock Mauritania till later. It's like content that I should have done earlier, but I didn't. Settled? Settled? Yeah. Pretty much. I have good memories of it though. Yo, Darkwater, appreciate the follow, man. Welcome in. Yeah, I think if I wanted to push to like top 20 forager, I need an idea of like what foragers are even in like the race. Like there's certain races that I'm all for like pushing and understanding, but right now it's like getting a real grasp on what's possible is very challenging. It's like super challenging. Guys, I got 45 minutes left of 2024. What should I do? Should I stream on Twitch, Kappa? We might hit a level actually. We should. When I KP these levels, they go so much faster, you guys, than if you don't KP. Should go outside. Yeah, there's like fireworks. I've been outside quite a bit lately. You'd be surprised. I ran like 2 miles today, actually. Fun fact. A little known fact. I actually set up, dude, do you guys see this actually? It's like a YouTuber high scores for old school, but it's crazy. Like that's a good visual of like all the people that are out there pushing. Look at all those grinders. Odablock put out 349 videos. What the heck? You've been touching a lot of grass in Hope Forest. Still counts? Maybe? Not really? Unclear? Definitely unclear. So we have about 40 hours-ish? Less, probably, until we get queuing. Chronopolis doesn't have much grass. Oof. That's a problem. Blood nettle. How about another one? You got some good grinding it. I'm just trying to fuel everyone's competitive juices, you know, you can't like give up too soon. Just because I'm not streaming doesn't mean I'm not grinding. I did not grind as much as I would have liked to, but I don't know. There's like a certain feeling to it, like if you can get a good grind going. Seems like Liam and me are racing to 500. Is that a thing? I mean, you guys are both pushing, so you're kind of racing, aren't you? Oh my gosh. You're one level apart. Of course you're racing. If that's not a race, I don't know what that is. Like... Small's not far behind. It's crazy. So God at rank 20. Dude, ITI was only about 30 levels ahead of me. I just can't wait to get out of the swamp. If I can pass ITI, Jesse, Yer, Mr. Zardelt, I think I have like a 1 in 10 chance of being on the leaderboard. But I just don't see myself getting in the hours to pass Van Dien. Van Dien's been KPing foraging constantly. And I think ITI has also. I don't think I got you, Hurricane, unless if I was to put in some crazy amount of time. It could be done, but... Ugh. I know foraging is a bit active, and I just don't know if I can get the hours in. But I guess we're going to get ability queuing. That's one thing I have to think about. Jeez. After 284. Yeah, I mean, I've been aware of this for a long time. I've been grinding almost all the way up to 246. I barely KP'd out of, or barely KP'd into foraging. I mean, yeah, you don't just bank 15,000 shells overnight. That didn't happen exactly instantly. And I got my 1,000 bass. I don't know. I feel like I got some good stuff prepped. The pondweed, I don't even think I'm gonna use it for alchemy. We're probably just gonna keep sending it. The main question is how much bell plants, the starshine or whatever. It's a tricky question. That was our cue to get medals. Oh, we walked two extra squares there. That's fine. 12k max. I don't think I was gonna do 12k. That's crazy. How many do you need to get to 277? With KP, any idea? There's no way it's 12k. You're probably gonna push past 277 with it, or you already did, didn't you? Long. Where are you at? Where are you at on this alchemy board? You gotta be up here, ready to be up here. You're just gonna explode up there once you do, I'm sure. 12 without KP, yeah. 35? I mean, it's not going anywhere. You lock in your foraging, you got a skill in the bag. That's another thing is I'm not a AFK in my forage. Yeah, I don't like thinking about it. I just don't like thinking about it. I know how much grinding I can get in, and it's like a very finite number.